Hello guys, in this video we'll learn to understand memory using capacitors. Till now we have been representing bits as voltages, so we might consider using a capacitor to store a particular voltage. Before going any further into the video, let us first understand the basics of the capacitor. The capacitor is a passive two-terminal device. The terminals are connected to the parallel conducting plates separated by insulator. Adding charge Q to one plate of the capacitor generates a voltage difference V between the two plate terminals. Q and V are related by the capacitance of the capacitor. So the expression will be Q is CV. When we add charge to a capacitor by connecting a plate terminal to higher voltage, that's called charging the capacitor. And when we take away charge by connecting the plate terminal to a lower voltage, that's called discharging the capacitor. Now, let us look into the circuit diagram of a circuit capacitor based memory device. One terminal of the capacitor is connected to some stable reference voltage. We'll use a NMOS or NFET switch to connect the other plate of the capacitor to wire called bit line. The gate of the NFET switch is connected to a wire called word line. To write a bit of information into our memory device, drive the bit line to desired voltage. It can be a digital 0 or a digital 1. Then set the word line high, which turns on the NFET switch. The capacitor will then charge or discharge until it has the same voltage as the bit line. At this point, set the word line low, which turns off the NFET switch and isolates the capacitor's charge on the internal plate. In a perfect world, the charge would remain on the capacitor's plate indefinitely. At some time later, to access the stored information, we first charge the bit line to some intermediate voltage, then set the word line high, turning on the NFET switch, which connects the charge on the bit line to the charge on the capacitor. The charge sharing between the bit line and the capacitor will have some small effect on the charge on the bit line and hence its voltage. The capacitor was storing a digital 1 and hence was a higher voltage, charge will flow from the capacitor into the bit line, raising the voltage of the bit line. If the capacitor was storing a digital 0 and was at lower voltage, charge will flow from the bit line into the capacitor, lowering the voltage of the bit line. The change in the bit line's voltage depending on the ratio of the bit line's capacitance to C, where C is the stored capacitor's capacitance but is usually quite small. A very sensitive amplifier called a sense amplifier is used to detect the small change and produce a legal digital voltage as the value read from the memory cell. Finally, reading and writing require a whole sequence of operations along with carefully designed analog electronics. Now, let us look into the advantages of this circuit. Individual storage capacitors are quite small. In modern integrated circuits, we can fit billions of bits of storage on relatively inexpensive chips called dynamic random access memories or DRAMs for short. DRAMs have a very low cost per unit bit of storage. So cost of DRAMs is really less. The disadvantages are the complex sequence of the operation required for reading and writing takes a while, so the access times are relatively slow, and we have to worry about carefully maintaining the charge on the stored capacitor in face of external electric noise. The really bad news is that the NFET switch isn't perfect and there's a tiny amount of leakage current across the switch even when it's officially off. Over some period of time, the leakage current can have a noticeable impact on the stored charge. So we have to periodically refresh the memory by reading and rewriting the stored values before the leakage has corrupted the stored information. In current technologies, this has to be done every 10 milliseconds or something. Maybe we can get around the drawbacks of capacitive storage by designing a circuit that uses feedback to provide the continual refresh of the stored information. That is the subject in the next video. Thank you.